our LSU. Boom!
All night long. Yes.
Y'all. Let's freaking go. Are you kidding me? The rare commitment right before we go live, baby. Top 150 corner. CAI Bates commits to LSU. Are you freaking kidding me? Let's go. Huh? What a day. What a day. What a day. What a day. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Trey Bradford. Got an award early. Earlier today. I just couldn't freaking believe it that we get a commitment right the frick before we go live. I love it. So, CAI Bates. This is very good news. Okay. Now, before we get into what this means for 2024 recruiting, let's first start off by saying that I feel he is a very solid prospect. Now, as many of you know, very busy week ahead of me. I'm going to Chicago this weekend for the National Sports Card Collecting Convention on behalf of my NFL channel that I do with a buddy, and it should be very busy. So tomorrow night there will be no live stream, but at 6 p.m. Central, our deepest dive yet this offseason, the link is already down below. How good was LSU on third down last year? I give you the truth, the actual numbers. I actually went through and counted every third down. It's all down below. Okay, that'll be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. It'll air, and you are going to love it, especially if you are a Matt Flynn fan. I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay, so no live show tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central. We'll have that. Now, CAI Bates. Let's start with, obviously, the very good. This cornerback class for LSU has turned out to be pretty daggum good. Okay. You got some underrated guys, but the two big guys are obviously Andre Evans, a very solid prospect out of Nashville. He is very athletic. He is almost as athletic as you could be as a corner, and obviously a lot of work to do in other areas, but that's pretty much every prospect. I will take the raw athleticism all day, every day. And then CAI Bates, a little bit more ready to play corner in my estimation, but they're both only high school juniors going into their senior season, and that is obviously a very good thing. On top of all the other defensive backs that LSU already has committed, Juwan Johnson out of the state of Louisiana, Joel Rogers out of the state of Louisiana, Deshaun McBride out of the state of Louisiana. So this is a loaded defensive back class for LSU up to this point, and that does not include linebacker, right? Tylen Singleton, who's kind of a hybrid safety linebacker type, and then of course Xavier Atkins, who's also out of Louisiana but kind of out of Texas. Still loaded back seven class for LSU. And look, Brian Kelly has been pretty straightforward with each and every one of you that he wants to be better recruiting out of high school, okay? Not having to worry about transfer portal guys. So you see how much capital that they have put towards a defensive back room, okay? This last class was loaded in terms of numbers when it comes to DBs, right? From Toviano to Jeremiah Hughes to Ashton Stamps to Ryan Yates. So there is a lot of youth in that defensive back room, and for good reason, because the LSU secondary is pretty old. They're pretty old with all the older one-year rental transfers that they've had. They still have Denver Harris for a few more years, Zach Alexander for a few more years. So this LSU recruiting class, big step forward. And more importantly, you beat some other teams in the SEC who they thought that they were going to land Kai Bates. Florida State was in the mix. Tennessee was in the mix. Tennessee felt like that they were going to land him, but good stuff from Robert Steeples, the young LSU cornerback coach. Big day if you're an LSU Tiger fan. Big day. Now, I am always honest when I give my personal evaluations of a kid. Okay. I always feel like honesty in the recruiting business is sometimes not quite there. I see people sell prospects all the time that they don't actually watch. So I'm just going to be real. I've not watched a whole lot of Kai Bates up to this point. Okay. I've watched him some. His highlight tape looks really good. I've not done, the deep dives that we do here on PHL, but I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're a top 150 guy, or more so a top 100 guy, which Kai Bates is, according to the On3 recruiting composite, you are my type of guy. Those are the guys that normally do move the needle, and that is obviously a very, very good thing. So Alabama in the mix. You see a lot of these other big-time premier programs here. I love this. Absolutely love this, and hopefully LSU will continue to build on this class, okay? So let's go to the actual recruiting class as a whole. And LSU does move up a few slots to number 12th overall. Obviously, we want to be in that top 10, but as you can see, this is our number 2 highest ranked commit up to this point. Only Deshaun McBride is right there as well. But you do notice something. McBride has better individual rankings across the board than Kai Bates, outside of one 3-star ranking, which is what brings him down. Tyon Singleton, Andre Evans. So one thing you see with this recruiting class, okay, it's all defense up to this point. Obviously, Trey Green, but most of the elite guys that are in this class are defensive prospects, okay? Ethan Callaway is a very nice offensive tackle prospect. You do have Kylan Billiard. Obviously, we're super high on Colin Hurley, future quarterback for LSU and friend of the channel. JoJo Stone, Michael Turner, Devon Keys, so on and so on and so on. So, obviously, really good recruiting class. This does make things a lot better if you're an LSU fan out there. And I'm just going to be real with you. This is a step forward for Robert Steeples individually. And the reason why I say that is because when you're young and this is your first big-time Division I position coach job that you have, it's tough to develop your reputation as a recruiter, because you have all these guys that have these sterling reputations throughout the SEC, that have all these high school connections. It's always good to get one guy out of the state of Florida that is just kind of your guy, right? And obviously, the big thing that I heard, and this is one of the toughest moments in PHL. A lot of my diehards know this personally, but I'm just going to throw this out here, and this in the victory lap, because we're past this time. But what I was told consistently when Corey Raymond left LSU was, oh God, how are we going to recover? What are we going to do now? We're fine. I told you at the time, we're fine. Corey Raymond, all-time great LSU coach, definitely up there with one of the best LSU coaches of all time. Position coach, head coach, whatever. He's up there. But I told you we were going to be fine, and we're fine. We're fine. Shout out to Kerry Cooks. Shout out to Robert Steeples. And that's no disrespect to Corey Raymond. It was just at that time, a lot of you watched that. I just gave my honest opinion that we were going to be fine. And obviously, my DMs, my inbox, my comment section was, you don't know what you're talking about. Corey Raymond's the GOAT. I'm just saying, the LSU brand is the LSU brand. Okay? So, we'll see. Do I need travel shaving cream after I get your time? I don't know. Do you need me to go run to go see if I need some travel shaving cream? You're so mid. Good to see you. We say to Riley, Joshua, Chance, Hal, King Ulysses, out of nowhere. I thought you had moved on. Kingulus is to just I don't know what you were doing. I see you on Twitter. All I see you do is talk about Jordan 11s and dominating the sneakers app. So my wife wants me to stop my live stream to go see if I need travel shaving cream. I don't think I need it, honey. I don't. If not, I'll steal Jake's. How about that? And I want everyone to throw some clap emojis. Kenneth is our latest patron. Thank you so much, Kenneth. This is a good day. This is a very good day. Now, we'll get back into some CAI Bates stuff here in just a second. But I am a big believer, okay? Big believer in giving opportunities to players that the coaches believe that deserves them, okay? And this is one of those.
Okay, last one. I want to give out the freak of the week. We've all seen it. This guy has come back. He wasn't here in the winter, right? He had to come back. He had to work his ass off. He's kicked ass in the academics, kicked ass away from here, living his life, right? And obviously in the weight room, he's completely dominated, right? He's done everything he needed to do. Trey Bradford, come on up, man. Okay, last one. I want to give out the freak of the week. We've all seen it. This guy has come back. He wasn't here in the winter, right? He had to come back. He had to work his ass off.
And that, of course, is Trey freaking Bradford. Shout out to him. And look, I do have travel shaving cream, so I don't need any, dear beloved wife of thine, before I go to Chicago. That's nice she was looking out for me. Look at that. I should go back and make sure I repack it. But yes, really excited for Trey. That's obviously a really cool honor. I don't think that they just hand that out just to hand it out. And big shout out that he is back with the team. Okay. Really freaking excited. If the coaches feel like Trey Bradford is ready to go, let's roll. Okay. So here are my season projections for Trey Bradford. You see the poll question attached. Will Trey Bradford get 100 yards rushing? Or let's just do this, a total of 100 yards this next year. Okay. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Okay. In the chat right now, do you believe Trey Bradford will get 100 yards next year? I do believe he does add a little bit of pop to the running back room that I feel could be used. Okay. I do think he has a little bit more breakaway speed than, let's say, like a Logan Diggs or Josh Williams. I just don't think he's as good a player as those guys are. I also think, for me, I think Trey Bradford can give you some chops out of the backfield receiving. As a true freshman, he had some big receiving experience. He had a few bad drops in that Florida game, but he caught a huge touchdown for us in that game. So he's got some big game experience, and he's obviously hungry for an opportunity. And I got to be real. When he was participating in spring at LSU, there was a lot of hype surrounding him. Okay. Someone that goes to the practices quite a bit referenced to me that there were days that he looked like the RB1, right? But it's also one of those things where it's kind of like John Emery and it's kind of not, where you have to be worried. Is he going to be there? Is he going to be reliable? When you see the LSU staff give him the Freak of the Week award, which goes to the hardest worker, the guy that's putting in the most work, guess what? I noticed that. I hope you guys notice that. So I'm happy Trey's back with the team. I'm always happy when players get an opportunity. But as we always do, we've talked CAI Bates, we've talked Trey Bradford in the title, but this live stream is for you LSU football fans around the globe. If you want to talk about any LSU football topic, if you super chat, we go straight to it. We've had a few Hundo Club members recently. Let's do this tonight. If we hit the Hundo Club, we'll give out this Kim Mulkey card, and we'll also give out a Kayshawn autograph card right there. All right. So Hundo Club, let's do it. We had a Hundo Club member. We hit the Hundo yesterday, and we gave out a Mason Smith autograph card. Okay. So and the Corey Raymond comment wasn't sour grapes or anything like that. It was just you guys were around. It's pretty rough for you, boy. And that's okay. Gotta have a thick skin to do this stuff. But our recruiting is fine. The LSU brand is always the most important. No matter who coaching, it doesn't matter. The LSU brand is always going to be number one. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Now, what I would say next about the LSU recruiting class, because most of you want to talk that because it just happened. I do think they're going to get a commitment from an offensive lineman pretty soon. Okay. And I think your opinion of the recruiting class is probably going to remain the same. It's still going to be tough for us to really shoot up some recruiting rankings until maybe some of our guys get better evaluations from the recruiting sites, or until we start getting some of the biggest dominoes that we are going to go after. Okay. So obviously, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for those things for us to move up. But I was a little shocked that we didn't move up more in the On3 ranking. So we go give you a quick look. I've been using On3 lately, but if you guys prefer 247, I could use them as well. And 247 actually has us in the same exact spot, 12th overall. Okay, so there you go. And they actually have Deshaun McBride as the highest ranked prospect. Okay. But I hate it that they do their own personal rankings instead of ranking them by the composite on here. But still, Kai Bates is the number 2 guy on both sites. So there you go. Let's go to Samuel. He just joined the PHL Patreon. Who do I think is the best defensive lineman to ever play for LSU? So when it comes to accolades, you can't argue against Glenn Dorsey. You just can't. But obviously, there's just so many. Marcus Spears is definitely in that mix. Arden Key is definitely in that mix. There's so many like modern era guys. We obviously had a great conversation yesterday, thanks to you, about Claude Roten, Kyle Williams. I mean, there's so freaking many to choose from. Okay, let's go to Kenneth with the big super chat. With Bates on board, do we finish 10 out of 10 at a BR and a top 3 class? So there we go. We'll keep it on the recruiting topic. Thank you so much, Kenneth. Deeply freaking appreciated. And let's see. I will send you a Kim Mulkey card. Congratulations, Kenneth. There you go. Or already sending you a burr. I'll put that right there. Do we finish with a top 10 out of 10 class out of Baton Rouge? Okay. Look at Kenneth getting us to the halfway Hundo Club. Now, let me start by saying this. All right. The 10 out of 10 thing would be pretty freaking cool, right? Especially if you are one of those people like me that does have a lean towards Louisiana players just in general. Okay. That's just me. I don't know how you guys feel. So, I think we do. All right. Obviously, Dominic McKinley and Wardell Mack are the final 2, and they are the 2 biggest prospects left for us to go get. Now, obviously, McKinley being a 5-star and being a defensive tackle, that is a position where we do need to get younger and we do need to recruit better out of the high school ranks. Obviously, that would be a massive land. Wardell Mack is very interesting, but, if you have so many corners committed right now, you feel so much better about where we are as a program. Jared, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. But as we keep moving down here, thank you so much, Kenneth. I appreciate it. You see, this is what you want to see in Louisiana. LSU, 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 LSU. And then you get down here to Gabriel Relaford, who just had a huge jump out of Evangel. I actually really do like him out of Evangel, but he's going to Texas A&M. Anthony Robinson, and then my favorite player that's currently committed is Kari Lee. Now, I don't think he's the best that we currently have committed, but I think he is the most underrated. We also had Demarion Johnson out of Westgate and Ahmad Bro. And, of course, who could forget kickers, baby? Where is he? Aaron Burrell is somewhere down here. They don't rank kickers high enough on these things. They just don't. And, of course, Wallace Foster, the corner out of Warren Eason. Okay? So, I love it. Absolutely love it. Let's keep it going with Joshua. So, Kenneth, to your question, type Y for y'all chatting right now. Type Y for yes, type in for no. Does LSU land all 10 of the top 10 Louisiana prospects? Let's go to Joshua here. Who do you think will be the breakout player on offense, defense, and special teams? Okay. Let's start on offense. I gave Kyle Parker out yesterday. Let me give you a different one. I will go Kamarion Pimpton. He did have a really nice grade for me coming out. Track and field athlete. I obviously love that. One of the widest wingspans at any level of football. It is ridiculous how long he is as a player. Now, for me, the biggest jump for him is just going to be the physicality of it all, right? If you actually go, and this is why you got to go watch the games. At Texas, he was just so much bigger than everybody, and he lined up to the outside more often than not. Okay, and it is a transition whenever you're playing more inline tight end. If he makes that transition, watch out. Watch the frick out. He has got a lot of potential. Okay. I also think, as far as a breakout player, I know a lot of us want to point to Lance Hurd. I do think there is room for an offensive lineman to move up the ranks. In other words, earn a starting spot. I think Will's pretty much locked in at left tackle, but I think there will be some movement at all the other four positions, maybe outside of center. I like that position to remain pretty stable. Okay. So there you go. Now on defense, there is a wide variety of players that you can choose from. So obviously we know who the stars are. We know who the guys that have proven to play high-level Division I football. I do think Zy Alexander out of Southeastern is a big-time sleeper for a few reasons. Now, some of you feel some type of way about, an FCS corner. We've had an FCS corner transfer in the last two seasons, Darren Evans, and then this last year, Colby Richardson, and they were serviceable at best, okay? We were happy to have them. They played, but they weren't – it was clear that they weren't starting SEC corners, okay? I do think Zy Alexander is a little bit better than those guys. But still, you would like, hopefully – for your cornerback room to be deep. I think the name that a lot of you want to be the breakout player is obviously some more of these Louisiana guys that have yet to break out, right? LaTerrence Welsh, obviously going into year 2, and then Sage Ryan going into year 3 in the secondary. Also think Deshaun Womack's a really good football player. I think he's going to play a lot next year. And I also think Jordan Jefferson, Paris Shan, 2 names to keep an eye out for. So, on special teams, obviously, when it comes to breakout, you hope it's Aaron Anderson because, more importantly, you hope he's just able to catch it. But I do think there are a few players that qualify for breakout special teamer. One name to keep an eye out for is Kylan Jackson and West Weeks, okay? I think they have some really good potential on special teams. West and Witt, honestly. So I'm going to give you those names right there, okay? Now, look, I knew this was going to happen. It's tough. It's a tough thing to actually see come to fruition, right? I did not watch Zai Alexander as closely as I did Kobe Richardson going into this past season. But I know some people that do watch every second of every Southeastern game, and they say Zai Alexander is going to break this. They believe it. Okay. My heart bleed purple and gold, so that's a yes to landing all 10. I like that, Kenneth. I like that. Brandon says yes. I love it. Let's go to Michael B. Obviously, can't have a channel without Michael B. Seriously. You guys have seen him just hold it down for us lately. Coaches in the past recruited skill positions and it boosted our ranking on paper, but we will always get those. I love that BK is building the lines. Without a strong foundation, your skill guys can't shine. Y'all, I want you to screenshot this and remember this because he's right. Okay. And I bring this up in every offensive line recruiting video that I do. Skill guys are a little bit easier to find than linemen. Okay. They just are, especially in Louisiana. Now, there is a difference, though, between obviously Malik Neighbors and the next wide receiver. But still, for the most part, you can find guys that can go out there and catch passes, right? And just in terms of numbers, you need roughly 3 to 5-ish receivers, right, for that to be the case. At offensive line, you got to have 5 of those guys on the field at all times, okay? And you better hope that they are athletic enough to play a full game, play a full season, block all the different schemes, all the schematic variety that teams have now, and you better hope you have more than just 5 of those guys. You honestly, in theory, need 8 on your team that you feel comfortable can play Division I Power 5 snaps, okay? There's not many. So I totally agree with you, Michael B. And then obviously our defensive line recruiting, I feel like it's going to get better. It's Jimmy Lindsey's first year. And if we get McKinley and hopefully a few others, we're going to be cooking, right? I love it. I freaking love it. Can you break out if you're a freshman All-American like Denver Harris? Okay, so when you see like freshman All-American, there is an important distinction to be made here. Okay, so obviously when you're filling out a freshman All-American team, freshmen rarely play. So Denver Harris played 5 to 7 games last year. I thought he played well. Obviously, I have a really good grade on him coming in. But it's easier to make an all freshman team, if you get what I'm saying, right? Just because you need to fill out the roster. And oftentimes, if you have a good star rating, you play some, you're going to make that team. Now, there's obviously a difference between someone like him, who was a freshman All-American, and obviously Will Campbell and Harold Perkins, right? But I do agree, though. I think Denver Harris can still break out into being a star corner. I do. But he had a fine first year at Texas A&M. The thing for him, obviously, is keeping everything squared away off the field. And the second thing, obviously, is just settling down. In the spring game, you could just tell he was not himself. And sometimes what happens the first time you're in public, you just want to show the world you're Patrick Peterson. Okay. I felt like in that game, he just made a bunch of errors that, he normally won't make. And I think he's going to have a good season. I do. But overall, I mean, look, the secondary's got a lot of question marks that need to be answered. They really do. Hopefully Greg Brooks and Major Burns can lead us through this season and have a really, really solid year. Okay? Now, what's up, Doug? Oh, man, the chat's always hotter with Doug in it, baby. Pause. You guys know Doug will drop some flaming takes. Okay? Man, Tennessee fans on Twitter are something else. Realistically, can LSU finish with a top 5 recruiting class? Yes, but that would require them to land Mack, McKinley, Durham, and I think Simmons for them to finish in the top 5. Like, we're definitely not going to catch Ohio State. We're definitely not going to catch Georgia. We're definitely Alabama's a little behind right now, but they'll finish there. So then it comes down to those other 2 slots, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I mean, I give Florida and Texas A&M a lot of credit, as much as that pains me to say it. You guys know there's not much love lost between me and those universities, but it's okay. We'll be okay. I don't think we absolutely need to be in the top 5. I do feel, though, every year being in the top 10 matters. Okay? More often than not, you need your recruiting class to be in the aggregate top 5. So if you're top 10 this year, the next year you can be 5, 3, whatever the case may be, and it averages out. Okay? There you go, Kenneth. I like that energy. I like that. Let's go. Now, next thing, as far as recruiting rankings are concerned, this is always brought up. Okay, I always hear they don't matter, but they do. Okay. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Transition into something else I wanted to get to today. All right. So Alabama has about as good of an aggregate recruiting ranking as you can have. They were number 1, number 2, and number 1 in these last 3 classes. So they are loaded with talent. And I'm constantly being told, hey, Carter, you don't put down Alabama. This is what Nick Saban wants you to do. And they do recruit in the top 5. And they do have all this talent. But the reason why I am semi-fading Alabama some this year is while they are deep and while they are talented and they do have some dudes like the Keon Keeley guy that I like a lot, I just think that they lost so much at these critical positions. You lose at quarterback. You lose your best edge rusher. You still don't have a field separator on the outside, in my mind. You still don't know who your quarterback is. You have 2 new coordinators. You have a head coach who's acted very bizarre. You can recruit all you want. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard for them to lose more than 3 games with all the talent that they have. I just think you should really fade them this year. I really do feel that. Now, I could get old takes exposed. That's perfectly fine. Old take, expose me all you want. But I'm fading them. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay? Just a little bit. I know that's going to come back to bite me. I know it, but just reading between the lines here, I'm just fading them. I'm a little shocked that the media still picked them over LSU. I'm still a little shocked, but what do I know? I'm not technically the media, but I am. But still. Now, we keep it moving along. Top 5 by ESD. That's good. Now, next thing, and I want this to be the main takeaway from this live stream, okay? We are fine at DB. Obviously, Wardell Mack would be a very nice addition. But the next thing that I want to get to tonight regarding LSU football is character. All right? That stuff matters. It matters. Keep reading. This program here has a controversy. This program here has a controversy. It is important in the locker room to have leaders. Okay? I feel like the leadership of this team is in a good spot. I really do. I really, really, really do. And those are the guys that you're going to need to push you through this next season. I feel like Jaden and Garrett both have really good intangibles. I only hear good things. And I feel like those guys are going to be some difference makers for us this next year. Mason Smith, Will Campbell. You heard the Slade Roy story on here that Slade shared about Will Campbell a few months ago. It was so good. I'm feeling very bullish about the leadership. That stuff is very important. Now, that's stuff that you could be the most well-connected person in there. Unless you're in that room every single day, you really don't know. You really don't. But I feel like this team has some championship moxie to them, and I love that. Now, it's always easier to say for us from here, but let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The SWAT team leadership. I love it. Now, tomorrow night, I'm going to give you a little preview of what we're doing tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central. Okay? It's our deepest dive we have done at 6 p.m. Central tomorrow. Okay? We're taking a look at third down percentage. All right? So tomorrow, we're going to talk about where Jaden Daniels is going to need quite a bit of improvement. Okay? And it's not, I think quite a bit is a little bit of a stretch. He does need to improve in one area on third down. This team overall, though, is a very good third down team. Okay? And you will see this tomorrow, that a big reason why is because of Brian Kelly and Mike Denbrock. And I reached out to coaches, talked to them about second down, third down, and fourth down play calling philosophy. And it was amazing how much of that actually moved the needle for LSU this past season. Okay? Now, you will see tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central. The link is already down below. I'll post it in here so you can go ahead and hit a reminder, because we normally go live at 8:15 Central. We're not. I'm going to Chicago. So 6 p.m. Central. It's going to be a great time. I guarantee you. All right? Let's go to B. Weinman. I've never felt so chill about a recruiting ranking being low, but I've never trusted an LSU coach to get this much done. I totally believe it. And I also think, I won't say who. I don't like saying who could be on flip alert, but I'm just going to be real. I feel as if we got a good opportunity to flip some players that have already committed to other schools. Won't say who, but just to throw it out there. I don't know who's ringing the doorbell. Y'all want me to go see who it is? I'm going to invite whoever this is ringing my doorbell. Do y'all hear that? Type Y for yes if y'all can hear that. I'm going to let them in. I don't even know who it is. Huh? By the way, since I have all of you here, let's go. What's up, Jason? Let's go see who this is. I want you guys to see this intro. All right. A lot of you aren't here in the very beginning, but you guys have got to see the new intro. Okay.
Power hour. LSU. Boom. All night long. Yes.
Don't let Z out. Come on. All right, y'all. Y'all get to meet one of my buddies here. Okay. Guess what? You're gonna be live. You said you always wanted to come on. So come say hi.
You get a new microphone?
Yeah, come on. Come say hi. Come say hi to everybody.
What's up?
All right, you gotta get up on the microphone. Tell them all your first name.
Elijah.
All right, Elijah. And who is the all-time best quarterback? Tell him right now. You know who it is. Tell him.
Joe Burrow.
Let's go! Tell him, Elijah. Tell him, baby.
It's Joe Burrow.
Let's go! All right. Well, I got to finish this live stream. Let me give you this. I'm gonna want to give you this. And tell everybody the name of our team. Come on, tell them.
The Giraffes.
We're the Giraffes, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Let me give you this right here, man. That's for you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, bud. There you go, bud. And no, we got to give him the handshake. We got our own little secret handshake right here. Show it to him.
Wait, it wouldn't be a secret if we showed them.
Oh, that's true. It wouldn't be a secret if I showed them. Okay, here we go. But we'll give it to him. There you go. Huh?
Bye,
All right. Make sure Z doesn't get out, okay? Oh, you got a new haircut. Let me see it. Oh, look. Show it. You got the line. Look at that. All right. Make sure Z doesn't get out.
Okay.
All right. That's good. I'm glad y'all got to meet Elijah. That's some good stuff, man. Elijah's a good kid. So just to let you guys know, he is a wonderful neighbor. We got a whole group of neighborhood kids, and they learned that I did college football YouTube, right? So one day they asked me to go out there and throw with them, and they run routes. Like they run dagger, they run high lows and all that stuff. These kids do. Yeah, I don't know about you guys because I'm not a dad, but these kids know way more stuff than we did, like at their age. So it's crazy. I love that. It was a great moment. So there you go. Now, this is just a warning. I wish I could go all night, but Wednesday night live streams, it's different. Okay. We're shorter. So in the next 15 minutes, you better get your questions in. You better get your super chats in because we are 45 away from giving out what autograph we were giving out. This Kayshawn autograph. Okay. So if we get 45 more, Skipper wants to put my dad in the intro. There you go. What's up? What's up? This is one of my teachers right here. What's up, Miss Medley? I love it. Put my dad in the intro. So I'll be honest, I didn't cut this intro. That was my buddy Andy who cut the intro. I freaking love it. What's up, Jacob? Jacob, you're leaving? I don't know. You like it, Graylin? I appreciate you, man. Boosie. All right, JC, you get to pick the next topic. Go right on ahead. I saw this today. Actually, no, I won't get into this tonight. I won't. But always at the end of the live streams, we'll get into a few different topics. Do I want to touch on this today? I don't know. We'll save it for a different day. Okay. Oh, you're talking to Elijah. Okay. Elijah's a cool kid. We'll get all the drafts in here one time. One celebrated his birthday yesterday, his name's Zion. And he wanted a Justin Jefferson card. So I gave him one of my Justin Jefferson cards. So there you go. Now, I do want to chat a little bit here at the end about college football recruiting. Okay. So, the Master Blaster. I love it. Now, I want to get into college football recruiting and NIL spending. Okay. But first, if you want to play fantasy football with me, you guys know what to do, baby.
Let's go! If you love Power Hour content, you will love Underdog Fantasy, baby. Sign up right now, promo code Carter, for that delicious bonus, baby. And you, I'm looking at you right now, can take advantage of something called Best Ball Fantasy Football. Bam! I'm looking at you. Look. Z is the actual logo of Underdog Fantasy.
There you go. Underdog Fantasy, underdogfantasy.com. Links are down below. Promo code Carter. It does help support the PHL movement. Now, there is a lot on the NIL front that is happening throughout college football. Okay? Now, if you guys want me to get back to LSU football-related stuff, feel free to super chat. I'll be happy to do it. Always want this to be LSU football first, and obviously baseball, women's basketball. You guys know the rest of the other sports that we talk about here. All right? And Jay Johnson's killing it, by the way. No surprise there, huh? So Ross Dellinger did float this thing out here that we could be moving towards a world where players get salaries. Okay, the team is directly paying the player. All right. I don't think that will just blatantly happen like within the next year or so, but I do start seeing some things where this administrator has joined this collective, and this administrator has joined that collective. Okay, and what that essentially means is the colleges are getting one of their own to be put in a collective, right? They just magically leave their wonderful college paying job with great tenure and health benefits and all that stuff to go join a collective. Essentially, they're still an employee, right, of the university, just under a different title. Now, why do I bring this up? Because that's what NIL basically has been up to this point. Now, there is some name, image, and likeness stuff like Will Campbell getting the John Deere deal, Gordon, Canes, you guys know the deals, right? Hollingsworth, whoever it may be. But most players, they just want to get paid. And most universities just want to get the players paid, right? To get them to their school. It would not shock me if we get to that point where it's just out there. The teams are just paying people. Okay? Jordan, Orlando. I could see it. I'm going to be real. I could see it. I could absolutely see it. Let's go. You're so mid. Okay. Who are your top players to look out for in fall camp? There you go. Let me give you a few spicy ones. Okay. Obviously, everybody that didn't participate in the spring. So that's Deshaun Womack, who was there in the spring but didn't actually play. But that's all these other guys coming in. So that's Pimpton, that's Caleb Jackson, that's Kylan Jackson, and so on and so on and so on. All right. But let's stick with some guys that are veterans. I think Sage Ryan is so interesting to me. Obviously, up to this point, his first year, he only played 2 games. This past year was up and down. Obviously, the Texas A&M game was tough for him. I think where he plays is going to be as interesting as if he plays, because he did an interview with Lon and he said, I'm more comfortable playing traditional safety. So in the spring game, they put him at traditional safety and Toviano played the nickel. Okay. And Sage Ryan's game in the spring game was tough. It was really just tough. So, but honestly, none of the DBs played all that great. outside of Welch, honestly. So I think Sage Ryan is one guy that I'm looking out for on the defensive side of the football. And then I also think offensively, Mason Lunsford is very interesting. I feel as if LSU wants Garrett Dellinger to start. I feel that way. I feel like LSU would feel the most comfortable with a starting lineup of Will Campbell, Miles Frazier, Charles Turner, Garrett Dellinger, and Emory Jones. Okay. I think Mason Lunsford can challenge for a potential starter's role. This is a guy who's had big time experience in the Big Ten. Go look at some of the defensive lines in the Big Ten and the defenses that they play in the Big Ten. They're good. I mean, they're as good as quite a few of the SEC fronts we play. So I think he's going to be very interesting because he's an adult and he's played a lot of snaps. All right. So I'll give you those two. Why not? Very good super chat and mid. Thank you so much for all your donations. Okay. Auburn flipping that 5-star. I thought that was expected, but still. I wonder if Georgia's going to survive. Marcus, good to see you. Y'all have missed a crazy live stream. That is true, Kenneth. I really do feel like the offensive line has depth. It's amazing what a good football coach can do for your team, right? It's the same offensive line coach. You know what I'm saying? Brad Davis is still there. But it's the difference with the head coach who knows how to coach that position and the previous regime that, you know, we had good offensive lines previous to this upcoming offensive line. But this group has really good potential to being one of the best we've had. I also feel, and call this a hot take all you want, I do think both guard spots are a little bit more open than you would like to admit, right? Miles Frazier is a very good player, and he had a very solid season last year. And he is on the radar of the Senior Bowl. But I think the offensive guard position, let's just say Lance Hurd is so undeniably good. Well, he's not a guard. He's a tackle. Could he play guard and the tackles remain the same? True. Yeah, they could. But obviously we don't want a world where Emory Jones is not on the field because he's freaking a monster. So he would kick into guard and that would open up that would cause some competition. Okay. So once again, we got 5 more minutes. Now, if you super chat, we'll go a little bit longer, but I like to keep this one an hour long because it is a little bit more digestible for people on the rewatch. We also aren't doing a live tomorrow, so we might bleed over a little bit longer, but get your questions in while you still have time. Okay. Everybody loves the Master Blaster. Huh? I love it. I freaking love it. Let's go to Marcus. I hope it does. You know, it does say something to get an out-of-stater because, look, Florida's competent now. Florida State's competent. We don't know if Miami is going to be good or not, but all those coaches have guys that can recruit. It's just that much harder to get guys out of Florida. It just is. So there you go. I'm off to the National Sports Card Collecting Convention in Chicago, or technically Rosemont, Illinois. Excited, man. I'm excited. I will say this, and I'm shouting this out. If anybody knows anyone at Rotolo's I could talk to, because I would love Rotolo's to be my food sponsor. But I will tell you this, and I really do mean this. My bank account can prove this as well. There has never been a Chicago deep dish pizza I've had that is better than the Rotolo's Big Apple deep dish. I'm just being serious. That pizza is top 3 pizzas I've ever eaten in my life. It is that good. I swear. It is that freaking good. But the best 5 out there. And that's the thing. You know, can you move this guy to guard to give you more talent on the field? I don't know. Everybody, welcome Steven to the channel. Good to see you, Terrence, as well. There's Tony. Tony's a busy guy, man. It's tough to get Tony on the stream, man. Let's see. There he is right there. Didn't mean to dox you, Tony, but there's your photo as well. Tony done grew that soul patch out, bro. Look at that. You see the soul patch to the left, and you could see his significant other saying, "Tony, let's grow that thing on out." And look at what look at what he did. Look at that. Get your PHL hat too. We actually only have 4 left. Man, I would love to. Huh? I don't know why. Has he been there before? Triumph is hilarious. Okay, Skipper, shout out to your daughter. It's her birthday. There she is. I got the PHL gear. Sorry, fella, she is taken. Or I think she is. So if you want her t-shirt, go to powerhourlsu.com/shop, baby. But fellas, if she's not taken, shoot your shot. You go for it. She is, so don't go for it. Skipper will come and find you. Skipper will do the Liam Neeson Taken thing. Totally kidding. Skipper's probably the nicest guy on here. Michael B said he got his hat and he loves it. I love it. But there are some people on here on PHL. Anytime you see a female on here, who is it? Mick? I don't think Mick's in here right now. Mick is always shooting a shot immediately. She could be missing both eyes, both arms, and have one peg leg. Mick is like, "Are you free at 10?" She said for good seats at Tiger Stadium, we can work out a deal. That's funny. Mick missed a shot. He never does. I love it. Oh man, what a freaking day. We had a commitment. We had Elijah on the live stream tonight. That's good. Yeah, I got to meet my buddy Elijah. It's one of my good buddies. What's up, Van? Good to see you. All right, we'll let Van get the last question here. He is a patron. Let's see. I don't think we got to the hundo mark. That's all good. We got kind of close. That's okay. About a 40 spot off. That's all right. We'll put up the Kayshawn card for the next stream on Sunday. It's all good, Dan. What's up, Van? Van, do you get the last question? AP's got to save a few dollars himself, man. He's got the vet bills. He has softball bills. Man, that's wild. So this Kayshawn card was given to me by PHLer Derek. So I'm giving this out now. The card is numbered 66 out of 99. What's the last question? You just get to ask whatever LSU related question. Oh, man. Marcus, we are top. We are number 12 in both rankings nationally. I know that's tough. And the thing that sucks about it, King Ulysses, is the most brutal thing about losing a non-conference game is we all have like a family member or a friend that's basically a fan of all these schools. Okay. That family member has bragging rights on you for eternity till the end of time. Lunch money for the card show. Appreciate you, AP. Appreciate you. All right, so Michael B got us over the top. Who is the youngest fan here? Send him that card, Carter. All right. So Michael B demands I find the youngest fan in here. Okay. And they are going to get the Kayshawn card. I got so many Kayshawn autos, so I want to give this one out. This was my first one. And the reason why I like this one so much is that it has my moniker right here, Power. All right, we're looking for someone with a young kiddo. Jacob says, I'm 12. I love it. All right, who here has a kid? Who here has a kid that's into card collecting? All right. So Marcus says my son is 11. So Marcus, there you go. Congratulations. This is going to you, man. Let's see. So Marcus will send you this one. And because he is a patron, I will send one to Tony's kiddo as well. So y'all thank Michael B right now. He is the one that got it done. Tony, I got your information. Marcus, just send me an email, powerhourlsu@gmail.com. And you better show Michael B some love, man. Yeah, the Pokemon cards go crazy. Let's see. I got to send a lot of stuff out tonight. I'm in a good mood, too. I want to give out 2 things. So Marcus's son is going to get the... So Marcus, if you can, please shoot me an email, powerhourlsu@gmail.com right now, because I want to send this before I go traveling. All right, Marcus with the Kayshawn card. And Tony, I'll find something to send your kid. I will. So, we'll get Jordan get in here. Who's a QB2 behind Ness next year? Ricky Collins. I do think obviously going into next year they'll go get a transfer of some sort. Okay. So all right, so you have faith in me. I'll find you something good. That's cool stuff. Let's see. I have an Arden Key right here. That's obviously a cool one. Tenacious D as well, if you're a fan of the band. I love this autograph. Dang, all y'all kids are into Pokemon. That's okay. Pokemon's a big deal. Hope Murphy enters a portal. Who's Murphy? I'll answer that for you really quickly. You like Arden Key? I do too, man. That dude is so freaking good. Very underrated. And we throw that word around a lot, but he was very underrated. And I'll say this in terms of underrated, in terms of all-time greats, he is so good. We have not had another guy get double-digit sacks in the last 20 years. Arden Key's the only one. He is so good, dude. He was so freaking good. So let's see. Send BGS Goat something too. All right, BGS Goat. I already gave this one out. I gotta find. Dang, I gotta mail a bunch of stuff out now. Huh? BGS Goat, come to the next live stream. We'll get all that stuff situated. So there you go. So Michael B is spreading the love. Yeah, I'll send him something too. But if you are a winner, email me powerhourlsu@gmail.com. Okay. And that is Marcus, Tony. Just shoot me a message on Discord. And there you go. All right, y'all. I will be chatting in the Discord right now. Okay. So if you are a member of the PHL Patreon, you automatically get a Joe Burrow card when you sign up. Okay. Thank you, Marcus. So sign up now. Let's go. It is. Oh, no. One more thing. I need each and every one of you. This is the most important thing. All right. I really need your help on this. All right. I need you, especially if you won, go to this video right here. All right. And click the like button. Click the like button on this video and set reminder. Please do. Click the like button and set reminder. It is this video right here. Okay. Who's going to be the first person to chat in this chat right here? It's tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. Oh crap! It won't even let me post a comment. There you go. Please go hit the like button and set reminder on this video. Dang, it's not even letting me comment. I don't know what the heck's happening. I might not be able to comment while this is going on. I don't know. Let me try again. There you go. So let's see. Who's the first person that's going to chat over there? There you go. Good stuff. Let's see. 6 p.m. Central. There you go, Big Al. I like it. I can always trust you, man. I don't know why. I guess you can't comment on two at the same time. I don't know. We'll see you tomorrow at 6. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom. And tonight we are doing tacos. Let's go.